Hello, everyone. Hello. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? Thank you for joining my live video. How's your Sunday going? How are you doing? So if you're joining my live, I'd like to know where you're watching from. I always like my audience to tell me where they're watching from. Tell me where you're watching from. Where are you joining me from? Yeah, today I want to talk about why you have a distorted identity. Why you have a distorted identity. Hi, the Mind Liberty says he or she is joining from Lagos. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. I have a lot of new followers now, or some followers. I in the last 2-3 days I had over 300 followers. So if you're just getting to know about me or following my page, my name is Lara Kudaisi. I'm a cognitive behavioral therapist and a family life coach. I help people heal from trauma, emotional pain, and childhood dysfunctions for a happily ever after. Yes, Our Excellency Orezi says Lagos. Thank you so much for joining me. Please, when you join, tell me where you're watching from. I like to know where my audience is watching from. It's been a very long time I came live. It's been almost 2 months that I've been on live video. Welcome everyone, welcome. Please tell me where you're watching from. I'd like to know. I know a lot of you are just joining, or just following me, by the way, you're right. So I want to talk about why you have a distorted identity. Please, when you join, tell me where you're watching from. I like to know where my audience is watching from. It's so nice to meet all of you. Thank you for following me. I know a lot of you followed me because you saw my video on Chude Jideo's YouTube, where he talked about where I talked about having 15 abortions, 14 heartbreaks, and I know that what a lot of people zeroed in on was the 15 abortions for a guy. That was very the heading was misleading. I actually did a post about it yesterday. If you can, after this live, if you can go back and check my page, I did a post about it yesterday. If you watched that video, there was a heading on that video. It was very misleading. That it said that I had 15 abortions for one guy. That's not true. But hey, thank you all of you for joining me. So let's quickly talk about why you have a distorted identity. Why do people have distorted identity? So if you're just following me, for instance, I know one of your curiosities: why would you have 15 abortions? Why would you do that? Why would you have 14 heartbreaks? Why would you do this? Why would you do, like, some people, I saw a lot of people even like kind of arguing in the comment section, and they're like, what does that, who is the guy? Drop names, let us know. Then something must be wrong with you. Well, if you said something was wrong with me, I agree with you. First of all, that incident happened, or all of that happened over 11-12 years ago. So I'm no longer that person. I need you to know that. But I just shared the story. I've been sharing this story for about 10 years now, and I share it so that I can help as many people as possible. I share it to give people hope. I share it to let people know that me, having gone through all of this, look at where I am now, happy, healed, fulfilled, and also helping other people heal. It shows that you also can be healed. You also can be free, from the pain, from the trauma that plagues, that kind of experience. And so I wanted to say that one of the reasons why I had those experiences was because of my distorted identity. I really didn't think much of myself. That's what happens to a lot of people, men, women. It's not gender specific at all. When you begin to accept or tolerate things that are against your value system, against your dignity, against your humanity, it shows that you have a distorted identity of yourself. You think so low of yourself. You have low self-esteem, low self-worth, low self-confidence, anything low. And your self-love, the level of your self-worth, self-love rather, is small. You get, so that is, when you always put other people above you, it shows that, you have low self-esteem. You have a distorted identity. You don't think much of yourself. And that was what happened to me back then, when I was having all the 14 heartbreaks, when I was having all the abortions and all of that. I had a very distorted identity of my, I didn't think I mattered much. I didn't think that I was worth much. I didn't think I could say no, to any man, because I felt at the time, because I had a child at 19. By the way, my daughter is 20 now. She's in the university. I thought that because I had a child at 19, something was wrong with me. I was lower than, other girls. I thought that any man who decided to be with me was doing me a favor. I thought that, I was less of a woman. So I thought that I didn't have much to offer, I thought that all I had to do was submit myself, please a man, so that I could get married, and all of that. But hey, all that is very true. I always tell people, the self-confidence I have now, the self-worth I have now, the self-love I have now is, now I have 2 kids and I'm a single mom, but the self-confidence I have now is 5 times, if not 10 times what I had, before I got married, before, I even went into the marriage, or I went into marriage. The reason is because I had gone through healing. I have gone through therapy. I have taken a lot of my own certification courses and stuff like that, so that I can also help other people and become, who I am today. You get, so that's what I'm doing today. So I see a lot of people are in my DMs, what's going on? Why did you do all of that? Why did you go through all of that? That was over 12 years ago. I need you guys to know. So why do you have a distorted identity? It's because of how you were raised. Because of how you were raised. If you grew up in a home where there was low self-esteem, if you grew up in a home where there was abuse, if you grew up in a home where they talked down a lot at you, if you grew up in a home where your dad didn't treat your mom well, or your mom didn't treat your dad well, you would think something, you grow up with a feeling of inadequacy. You grow up with a feeling of low self-esteem. You grow up with a feeling of, I'm not enough. So, and when you think that you're not enough, you begin to malfunction. You begin to do things that are not normal to normal people. You begin to be abnormal in how you behave, or what you do, in what you tolerate, in what you allow, in how you speak. You begin to behave abnormal, because you have a distorted identity of yourself. You don't think you matter much. You think that a lot of people are better than you, or this person is doing you a favor for being with you, or you require so much, And one of the ways to know that people have distorted identity is either they exhibit they have inferiority complex, which is low self-esteem, or superiority complex, which also is low self-esteem. manifesting as superiority complex. So of course we all know the inferiority complex. The inferiority complex is when you feel that you're lower than everyone, you are not enough, you are inadequate, and then you begin to do a lot of things to make up for it. People begin to walk all over you, people begin to abuse you, people cheat you, people walk all over you and stuff like that. So that is when you have inferiority complex. But when you have a distorted identity, it can manifest as superiority complex. And you know what superiority complex is? Superiority complex is when you think that I'm better than everybody, nobody can talk to me, you want to show yourself everywhere, you want to assert yourself, you want to always tell people I'm here, yes, I'm doing this, we are here, I'm one of the happening people, or you buy things because you want to show that you're there, you always talk down at people, you cut people down, you just behave as if you're just better than everybody. That's superiority complex. Unfortunately for you, if you have this, it also means that you have low self-esteem. Because for you to be all of that, it shows that you're small on the inside. You're small, you feel small on the inside. There's a little child who feels hurt. There's a little child in you who feels, inadequate. There's a little child in you who your inner child is suffering. Your inner child is not properly developed. So you feel hurt, you feel pain, you feel small. So because of that, you want to make up for it in the physical. You want to show people that, hey, I am better, I am this, I am now doing this, I am not doing that. Meanwhile, all you have is a distorted identity, which manifests as superiority complex, which is also a low self-esteem. So that is why you need to fix your identity. That is why you need to have a healthy sense of identity. If you don't know who you are, if you don't understand who you are, if you don't realize who you are, people will walk all over you. You would malfunction. You will take jobs that are beyond you, that are beneath you. You will date or marry people that are beneath you. You would accept situations that you are bigger than. You would be friendly with people that are not. They can't. Probably they are not even supposed to be able to carry your shoe or hold your shoes, but because you don't know who you are, you feel like something is wrong with me. You have a distorted identity, and another reason why you have distorted identity is that you've gone through trauma, maybe abuse, maybe something like rape, sexual molestation or physical abuse. Somebody is beating you, or somebody is talking down at you, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, financial abuse, any sort of abuse. It makes you, it's a trauma, it's traumatic. Or you lost somebody died, maybe your dad, your mom, your friend, your lover, or anybody, your husband, your wife, or something terrible has happened to you which made you which affected your identity. It just changed who you. It just changed your perception of yourself. And one of that incidences for me was when I had a child at 19. I had my daughter when I was 19, and that was a trauma that forever changed my life. It made me feel smaller. It made me feel like I'm not enough, because, and one of the reasons was because at the time my dad, God rest his soul, would look at me in pain and say, your own is finished, who will marry you, and he used to say those things that I didn't know that when he says those things, my self-esteem was chipping away. I just started feeling lower of my, I started feeling low of myself. I started feeling like I had to do a lot more to be where I am, to be a woman. In fact, I remember then I started doing big hairstyles because I felt like, I was already after one, ugly, so nobody would want to be with me. So I thought that I should try more, so I would do big hairstyles, I will wear short skirts, I will wear loud makeup, for me to be noticed. I would do things that would, and this, made me, it just made me have identity crisis, because I thought that something was wrong with me. I thought that, I wasn't enough. I thought that marriage was, the ultimate for my life. I used marriage to define myself and my life. And so I thought that it was my goal in life was to get married. Yes. And that was why I would say I would do anything for a man, at the time. Anything, even if it was against my values, my mind, my dignity, my humanity, my sense of reasoning, I would do it, because I felt that marriage was the goal. Without marriage, you are finished. Without marriage, you are nothing. And this is a lack of self-love, lack of self-worth, lack of self-confidence, all of those things. So this is what makes you have a distorted identity. If you've been through a trauma, that was my own trauma, and look at what has become of my life after going through all of that. So I want to tell you today, divorce is trauma. Divorce can make you, or a broken marriage can make you feel like something is wrong with you. It can change your life forever if you don't heal from it, if you don't deal with it, So heartbreak, abuse, people talking down at you consistently can make you feel like you're nothing. There's no big deal to you, and that can, affect your mind, affect your identity, affect your perception of yourself. And if something affects your perception of self, then you're finished. If something affects how you see yourself, you are finished. So don't even, that's why I always tell people you need to invest in your self-confidence, your self-worth, you need to do all you can to invest in that. You get what I mean? So that is why a lot of people have distorted identity. It's either where you're coming from, your background, or your trauma. It makes you just feel distorted. It makes you have identity crisis. It makes you malfunction. This is why some people are not even functioning in their purpose. This is why sometimes people don't believe in themselves, because they don't even trust themselves. You're hearing, you're hearing a voice. All of us have something that we call the inner voice or your intuition, but you don't trust it because your trauma response has overridden, your inner voice. So because you don't trust it, you don't think you are worth much, you don't know how much power you have, so when something or a thought comes to you, you dismiss it quickly, or you rationalize it, or you overanalyze it to the extent that you don't do it, you don't believe it, which is why you don't believe in yourself, which is why people hurt you a lot, which is why you're probably still alone, which is why you're constantly abused, which is why you're in a shitty job, which is why your life is the way it is, because of the image that you have of yourself, and that's what I help people fix. I help you change that image. I help you have a better sense of identity, a healthy sense of identity. I help you understand and realize your power. This is what I want to help you do at the School of Identity. The School of Identity is an online school. It's 8 weeks, and it's starting in August 14th. You can still join. It's $500. That's 250,000 naira. And it's for 8 weeks. After the 8 weeks, your life will change. After the 8 weeks, your life will take a new turn. If you've been following me for a while, you understand where I am now. If you knew me 10, 15, 20 years ago, you know that the Lara that is speaking now is different from the Lara then. because I have gone through a lot of healing. I've gone through a lot of processes. I've gone through a lot of therapy. You know, I've gone through a lot of discovery, rediscovering and rebuilding my own life, you know. So this is what I want to help you do. This is what I want to help you have. This is what I want to help you become. Because the moment I regained myself, the moment I had this identity, you know, this healthy sense of identity, my life changed. The way I look at life changed. The way I see myself changed. You know, that is why I can even, you know, come online and talk about all my pain, all my past, all my dirt. The reason why I can do that is because I have a power over it now. I realize my power. I know that all those dirt doesn't define me. You know, it doesn't take anything from me. You get what I mean? Yeah, it's my past, it's my death, but it doesn't stop me, you know, from being. It doesn't stop me from ruling. It doesn't stop me from queening. You know, that is having a great sense of identity. You know, because after that video gone viral, I'm talking about the video with Chude. A lot of people are in my DMs like, how do you come out to share stuff like that? How do you come out to talk about things like that? What gave you the courage? What gave you the boldness? This is a lot, blah blah blah. Weren't you afraid that people will, you know, hurt you? People will talk down on you. People will. I don't care. You understand, you know, because I know who I am. I know why I'm doing it. I know the reason why I'm doing it. So it's totally cool, especially because I'm sharing it now because I want to help you. I want to help as many people as I can. I want to help you heal. If you can, you know, check my page. There's some pinned videos. You see testimonials from people that I've helped. I've been doing this for about 10 years now. I've helped over 1,000 people. I've helped them heal. I've helped them find their purpose. I've helped them have a better and healthy sense of identity. So if you would like that, if you would want to stop wallowing in pain, if you would want to stop being hurt or being oppressed, you know, by your thoughts or by other people, then send me a DM. Tell me, Lara, I want to sign up for the School of Identity. It's $500, 250,000 naira, and it's going to be from August 14th to October 2nd rather. So guys, send me a DM. I just quickly said I should come online. You know, it's been so long, you know. So guys, thank you for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a lovely week, by the way. This week, do and do great things. Bye for now.